All right, so get this. Today we are going deep into the law of attraction, and specifically we're going to be talking about visualization.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, we're going to break down how this technique can help you, actually manifest the things you want, but also explore some of the, less obvious benefits that go way beyond that, vision board thing everyone thinks about.
Yeah, for sure.
Our source material today is an excerpt from a text. It's called "What is Visualization in the Law of Attraction?"
Oh,
So, are you ready to see what happens when we bring this concept to life?
absolutely. Like, it's amazing how this, seemingly simple practice of visualization can have such a big impact on our lives.
Right.
The law of attraction works on the principle that, attracts,
Yeah.
and visualization is all about aligning your energy with your goals, making those goals more likely to manifest.
Okay, that makes sense, but it also feels kind of abstract.
Right.
I mean, how do you actually align your energy with your goals?
Think of it like this. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one.
Oh,
So when you visualize something you really want, you're basically activating the neural pathways that are connected to achieving that goal.
okay.
It's like creating a mental blueprint for success.
Yeah.
And the more detailed and emotionally charged that blueprint is, the more powerful it becomes.
So you're not just passively daydreaming.
No.
You're actively shaping your neural pathways, making your brain more receptive to those desired outcomes. It's not just about seeing it, it's about literally wiring your brain for it. That's so cool.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the stronger those neural connections get, making it easier to attract what you want.
Okay, so beyond the whole attracts principle, there's actual neuroscience going on here. That's
Mhm.
pretty compelling. But let's get practical for a second. If I'm new to this, where do I even start?
Well, the text we're using outlines a pretty clear process,
Okay.
and it starts with intention.
Okay.
Get crystal clear on what you want to manifest.
Hmm.
Don't just say, I want to be rich.
Right.
Specify the amount. Imagine what you do with it. Feel the security it brings.
Uh-huh.
That clarity is key.
So no more vague wishing. This is about laser focus.
Yeah.
But what if I have a bunch of goals? Do I visualize them all at once?
That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
You can focus on one goal at a time, or you can create a bigger visualization that includes different aspects of your ideal life.
Okay.
The key is to choose what feels best for you at that moment.
So flexibility is key. That takes some pressure off.
Yeah.
The text also mentions finding a quiet place to visualize. Does it need to be some super zen, meditation studio?
No, not at all. While a quiet space can help you focus, the most important thing is to minimize distractions.
Okay.
That could be a park bench, your commute, even washing dishes. It's about finding those moments where you can turn your attention inward.
So it's less about the environment and more about creating a mental sanctuary wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once I'm settled, eyes closed, what happens next?
This is where the magic happens. It's time to create a detailed mental picture, engaging all your senses.
Okay.
Imagine yourself in that reality.
Hmm.
What do you see, hear, smell, feel? Don't just observe, experience it as if it's already happening.
So if I'm visualizing my dream job,
Hmm.
I shouldn't just picture myself at a fancy desk. I should imagine, talking to my colleagues, the feeling of finishing a big project, even the smell of coffee in the break room.
Exactly. Those sensory details make it real for your brain, strengthening those neural connections we were talking about. And remember, it's not just about seeing it, it's about feeling it. Embody the joy, the gratitude, the confidence that comes with achieving that goal.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But I've heard that visualization can also be useful for things beyond just manifesting, like specific goals.
Oh, absolutely. That's where we get into some of those less talked about benefits. And honestly, this is what I find truly fascinating. Visualization can have a big impact on your well-being right now, even before those big goals happen.
Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. What kind of benefits are we talking about?
Think stress reduction, boosted confidence, enhanced creativity, even better focus.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
Back up. Stress reduction through visualization. I thought this was about getting my dream job, not chilling out.
think about it.
Yep.
When you're stressed, your mind is going crazy with anxiety,
Mhm.
right? And that actually blocks manifestation.
Huh.
Visualization gives you the power to change that, to
Oh.
intentionally create a calmer mental state.
So instead of getting swept away by stress, you're intentionally creating a mental picture of calm, of peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the mental pause button on all that negativity and choosing to focus on something positive and empowering.
Mm.
And the more you do it, the easier it is to access that sense of calm, even when things are tough.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this goes beyond just achieving external goals.
Yeah,
It's about building a more positive inner world, which can then affect everything else in your life.
exactly. It's like you're building this internal foundation of positivity and resilience. And from that, anything is possible.
I love that. So we've got stress reduction. What about boosted confidence? How does visualization help with that?
Imagine this. You have to give a big presentation and you're nervous.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of thinking about all the things that could go wrong,
Right.
you visualize yourself giving the presentation with confidence and clarity. You see yourself connecting with the audience, feeling relaxed, and getting good feedback.
So you're basically practicing success in your mind.
Exactly. And the more you mentally rehearse, the more confident you become. You're training your brain to believe it's possible.
Uh-huh.
And that translates into more self-assurance in real life.
Okay, that could be huge, especially for people who struggle with self-doubt.
Oh, for sure. And it's not just for presentations or events. Visualization can help you feel more confident in all areas of your life.
So it's like giving yourself a pep talk, but with visuals.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, your brain doesn't always know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what's real. So, the more you visualize yourself succeeding, the more your subconscious mind starts to believe it's possible. And that makes you more likely to actually achieve it.
Whoa, this is amazing. I mean, we've only just started talking about this, and I'm already seeing visualization in a whole new light.
That's what deep dives are all about. We're just getting started.
Okay, before we go too far, let's talk about the practical steps of visualization, because I think that's where people sometimes get tripped up.
Okay.
The text mentions some specific steps,
Yeah.
but can you explain them in a way that feels less like a strict formula and more like a flexible framework?
Absolutely. Think of it as a choose-your-own-adventure for visualization.
Okay, I like that.
The basic principles stay the same, but you can adapt the practice to what feels right for you.
Okay, that feels way more approachable. So what's the first step?
The first step, and this is so important, is to set your intention. What do you really want to experience or create in your life?
Right.
Be clear about the what before you figure out the how.
So no more vague wishes or hoping for the best. This is about being specific about what you're trying to manifest.
Exactly. Write it down, say it out loud, make a vision board if that works for you. The key is to make your intention real.
Okay, so intention is set. What's next?
Step 2 is about creating the space for visualization.
Okay.
This doesn't necessarily mean you need a special meditation room or anything like that. It's about finding times where you can minimize distractions and turn your attention inward.
So it could be as simple as closing my eyes at my desk during lunch or taking a few minutes to visualize while I'm on a walk.
Exactly. The key is to find what works for you and make visualization a regular part of your day.
Okay, that makes sense. So intention set, space is created, now what? This is where the actual visualizing happens, right?
Exactly. This is where you use your imagination to create a really vivid picture of your desired reality. Think of it like making a mental movie, complete with sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and feelings.
So engage all the senses. Don't just see it, experience it.
Exactly. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization is, the more powerful it becomes.
Okay, so I'm picturing my dream scenario, feeling all the good emotions that come with it.
Hmm.
What's next?
Next, you can amplify your visualization with affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that confirm your desired outcome.
Okay.
They help to reprogram your subconscious mind and strengthen your belief that what you're visualizing is possible.
So if I'm visualizing myself getting my dream job,
Right.
I might say something like, I am confident, capable, and I deserve this opportunity.
Exactly. The key is to choose affirmations that feel good and match your goals.
Right.
And repeat them like you really mean it, as if they're already true.
Okay, so we've visualized, we've affirmed. What's the last step?
The last step, and this might be the most important one, is to let go of your visualization and trust that the universe is working to make it happen.
So it's about surrendering to the process and having faith that what you visualized will manifest in its own time.
Exactly. It's about letting go of any doubts and trusting that everything is unfolding as it should.
Okay, that makes sense. But letting go and trusting can be hard, especially when we're so used to trying to control everything.
Absolutely. It's a practice, and it takes time, patience. But the more you surrender to the process, the easier it becomes to manifest your desires.
Okay. So we've covered the basic steps, but what about the timing? How often should we be visualizing? Is there like a magic number?
The great thing about visualization is that you can do it as often as feels good for you. Some people like to visualize first thing in the morning to start their day on a positive note,
Right.
while others prefer to visualize before bed so those images can sink into their subconscious as they sleep.
So morning, night, whenever works. What about like how long should I visualize for? Does it need to be a long meditation?
Not really.
Uh,
Even a few minutes of focused visualization can be powerful. The most important thing is consistency, not how long you do it for. It's better to visualize for 5 minutes every day than for an hour once a week.
okay, so consistency over intensity, small steps, big results. This is starting to make sense to me,
Yeah,
but I have to admit there's still a part of me that's like, does this stuff really work?
that's a fair question.
Yeah.
And to be honest, there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Right.
Visualization is personal,
Mm-hmm.
and how well it works depends on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Your beliefs, how committed you are, and whether you're willing to take action.
So it's not a magic solution, but it's a powerful tool that when used right can really help us create the life we want.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more you'll start to experience its power for yourself.
All right, so far we've talked about setting intentions, creating space, engaging our senses, affirming our desires, and surrendering to the process. But I'm curious, what about when our visualizations meet resistance? Like, what if we're trying to visualize something, but our minds are full of doubts and fears?
That's a great question. And it's something that many people experience, especially when they're just starting out with visualization.
So, what's the solution? How do we get past that resistance?
One of the best ways is to just acknowledge those doubts and fears without judgment. Don't try to push them away. Instead, just notice them with curiosity and compassion.
So, it's about like making friends with our inner critic instead of trying to silence it.
Exactly. A lot of times when we try to suppress negative thoughts, they just get stronger. But when we acknowledge them with kindness and understanding, they start to lose their power over us.
Okay, that makes sense. So, acknowledge the resistance and then what?
Once you've acknowledged the resistance, you can start to reframe those negative thoughts into more positive and empowering ones. For example, let's say you're visualizing yourself getting that dream job, but you keep thinking, I'm not qualified enough or will never get it.
Mm-hmm.
You can gently challenge those thoughts with affirmations like, I am capable and deserving, or I am attracting the perfect opportunity for me.
So it's about consciously choosing to focus on the positive, even when our minds want to dwell on the negative.
Exactly. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes to shift your focus from fear and doubt to belief and possibility.
This is so powerful. I'm really starting to see how visualization can be so much more than just a way to get material things. It's a way to transform our whole mindset.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it so transformative. It's not just about changing our circumstances, it's about changing ourselves.
I love that. So, visualization is a journey of self-discovery as much as it is a path to manifestation. It's about exploring our potential and creating a reality that truly reflects who we are.
That's beautifully put. And as we dive deeper into this, we'll uncover even more ways that visualization can help us live more fulfilling and meaningful lives.
This has been an amazing start to our deep dive into visualization and the law of attraction. I feel like we've barely scratched the
I
surface.
know, right?
And I'm already full of new insights and a renewed sense of possibility.
And this is just the beginning. We have so much more to explore.
All right, listeners, get ready to level up your visualization skills because we're about to take this deep dive to a whole new level.
I am super excited to dig deeper into this. Like, it's amazing how visualization can affect so many parts of our lives.
Hmm.
Finding love, getting that abundance, overcoming those tough times. It's like a Swiss Army knife for personal growth.
Totally. And speaking of transformations, one thing I'm really interested in is how visualization can make us more creative. I mean, I love the idea of using it to chill out or, get specific things I want, but creativity always feels like this big kind of mysterious thing.
You're so right. Creativity often feels like this magical thing, right?
Right.
Like some people have it, others don't. But honestly, everyone has that creative potential inside them. It's just a matter of tapping into it.
Okay, so tell me, how does visualization help us unlock that creative potential?
Okay, visualize this with me. You're working on something, a project, and you need a fresh perspective, like a new way of looking at things. Instead of getting stuck in those mental ruts,
Right.
you take a few moments to see yourself in a space of pure creativity. It could be a forest, a busy city street, even a blank canvas, whatever works for you.
So you're making a mental space that feels like good for creative thinking.
Exactly. And in this space, you let your imagination go wild. Picture yourself coming up with new ideas effortlessly, making connections between things that seem totally different, finding solutions that are both new and inspiring.
It's like you're giving your mind permission to play, to explore, to break free from those like rigid thought patterns that kill creativity.
Precisely. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes to get into that state of creative flow, both when you're visualizing and in your everyday life.
Okay, I see the connection. But I have to ask, are there any real-world examples of people using visualization to be more creative? I mean, do artists and musicians actually do this?
Oh, tons of them.
Really?
There's so many examples of creative people, athletes, business owners, writers, who say visualization helped them succeed. For example, there was a study that showed basketball players who visualized themselves making free throws actually got better at making them in real life.
Wow, so it's not just like a mystical thing. There's actual science behind it. That's pretty convincing.
And it makes sense if you think about it. When we visualize ourselves doing something successfully, it's like a mental practice session.
Right.
It strengthens those pathways in our brain that are connected to that goal. So for those basketball players, they were basically training their brains to make those shots even before they stepped onto the court.
That's fascinating. So, by repeatedly visualizing ourselves doing creative stuff, whether it's writing a song, painting, or coming up with a new business idea, we're kind of setting the stage for those creative breakthroughs to happen in real life.
Precisely. Visualization prepares our minds for creative expression, making it more likely those aha moments will hit when we need them.
This is opening up a whole new world. I mean, if visualization can help athletes and artists, imagine what it can do for everyone else.
The possibilities are endless. It's all about believing in our minds and using visualization to unleash that power.
Okay, I'm sold on this visualization thing. But what about when we feel stuck, uninspired, or creatively blocked? Can visualization help us get those creative juices flowing again?
Absolutely. Visualization is a great way to overcome those blocks and get that inspiration back.
Okay, spill the beans. How do we visualize ourselves out of a creative rut?
One powerful technique is to picture yourself doing things that you find inspiring and creatively stimulating. It could be anything: listening to music, taking a walk in nature, checking out art.
So it's about putting yourself in a mental space that sparks that creative energy.
Exactly. Imagine yourself surrounded by beauty, color, sounds. Feel that creative energy flowing through you. See yourself soaking up inspiration from everything around you.
It's like recharging your creative batteries.
Precisely. And as you're doing this, pay attention to any new ideas or insights that pop up. Don't judge them. Just observe them with curiosity and let them flow.
So even when we're feeling uninspired, we can use visualization to tap into that creative wellspring that's inside each of us.
Exactly. It's all about remembering that creativity isn't a limited thing. It's an energy we can tap into anytime, and visualization is a powerful way to access it.
Okay, this makes me think about all the times I've told myself I'm not creative or I don't have any good ideas. It's like I've been limiting myself. But actually, that potential has always been there, just waiting to be unlocked.
Absolutely. We all have that creative capacity, but sometimes we need a reminder, and visualization is a great way to do that.
This is super empowering. Just thinking about all the possibilities makes me feel that creative energy bubbling up.
That's the magic of visualization.
Mm.
It helps us tap into our own power and create a reality that reflects our true potential.
Okay, so we've talked about using visualization to de-stress, build confidence, and enhance creativity.
Yeah.
But are there any other, like, hidden benefits of visualization that we haven't talked about yet?
Oh, totally. Visualization can affect so many areas of our lives. For example, there's more and more evidence that visualization can actually help us heal physically.
Wait, hold on. Physical healing?
Yeah.
Are we talking about visualizing ourselves back to health?
Exactly. Now, visualization isn't a replacement for actual medical treatment,
Right.
but it can be a powerful addition to it.
Okay, I'm curious, but also a little skeptical. How does visualizing healing actually work?
Think of it this way. Your body is always working to heal and repair itself.
Yeah.
Right. When you visualize yourself healing, you're basically sending positive energy and intention to the parts of your body that need it. You're also creating a mental and emotional space that's good for healing.
So it's about shifting from a mindset of fear and worry to one of hope and belief in the body's ability to heal.
Precisely. And while there's still more research to be done to fully understand how it works, there's some strong evidence that visualization can play a big role in the healing process.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. It's like a visualization is a type of positive self-talk, But instead of just using words, we're using vivid mental images to communicate with our bodies and help them heal naturally.
Exactly. And the more positive and empowering our mindset is around healing, the more likely our bodies are to respond.
This is amazing. It makes me think about all the times I focused on my symptoms or worried about my health, which probably just made things worse.
It happens to a lot of people.
Mm.
But visualization gives us the power to shift our focus and create a healing environment within ourselves.
Okay, so visualization might be able to help with physical healing. Are there any other surprising benefits?
You bet. Another area where visualization can be really helpful is improving our focus and concentration.
Now, that's something we all need. Especially these days with so many distractions, it's so easy to get sidetracked. How can visualization help with that?
Think about it. When you're visualizing, you're training your mind to focus on just one thing. You're learning to quiet those mental distractions and direct your energy towards what you want to achieve.
So it's like a workout for our focus.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the better you get at focusing, making it easier to stay on track and ignore distractions. This applies both to your visualization practice and your daily life.
Okay, I see. But how do we practice visualization for better focus? Do we just visualize ourselves concentrating?
Well, there are a few techniques you can try. One good approach is to visualize yourself successfully doing a task that requires a lot of focus. For example, if you're studying for an exam, you might visualize yourself at your desk, fully focused on your books, with a clear and sharp mind.
So you're basically creating a mental practice run for success, training your brain to stay focused when it matters.
Precisely. And when you're visualizing, pay attention to the details. How do you feel when you're completely focused and in the zone? Embrace those feelings of clarity, calmness, and mental sharpness.
Okay, I can see how that would be super helpful for students, athletes, or anyone who needs to concentrate for a long time.
Absolutely. And the benefits go way beyond specific tasks. Visualizing for focus can help improve your overall concentration and mental clarity, making it easier to handle the demands of everyday life.
This is incredible. I'm starting to see visualization as the superpower we all have but don't really use.
It is.
It's like a secret weapon for personal growth and transformation, and we're just figuring out how powerful it can be.
And that's what makes this exploration so exciting. We're just starting to scratch the surface of what's possible with visualization.
Okay, I can't wait to keep learning more.
Hmm.
But before we move on, I want to go back to something we talked about earlier. The idea that visualization can be a powerful tool for personal growth. Yes.
Can you tell me more about that? How does visualization help us evolve and become the best versions of ourselves?
Visualization helps us break free from our current reality and imagine what could be. It helps us figure out what we truly desire, what our values are, and envision a future that aligns with who we really are.
So it's like creating a mental plan for the life we want and then using that plan as a guide for what we do and the choices we make.
Exactly. And the more we visualize ourselves living that ideal life, the more likely we are to make choices that support that vision.
Okay, I see. But how does that actually lead to personal growth? I mean, does just visualizing ourselves as more confident, kinder, or successful really make us those things?
Remember, our thoughts create our reality.
Right.
When we change our thoughts, we change our beliefs.
Yeah.
And those beliefs drive our actions. So when we consistently visualize ourselves being those people we want to be,
Yeah.
we're retraining our subconscious to believe it's possible.
So it's about shifting our mindset from I can't to I can, from I'm not good enough to I am worthy. Precisely. And as we start to believe in ourselves more, we start acting in ways that show it. We take more risks, we push ourselves out of our comfort zones, and we create a life that's more authentically us.
This is so inspiring. It's like visualization gives us the freedom to dream big, to believe in ourselves, and to build a life that's truly amazing.
That's the beauty of it. Visualization is about unlocking our full potential and creating a reality that's limited only by our imagination.
Okay, this is incredible. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with visualization. I'm already full of new ideas and a renewed sense of possibility.
And we've only just begun. There's so much more to learn about the transformative power of visualization.
All right, listeners, get ready to take your visualization skills to the next level because we're about to take this deep dive even deeper. Okay, so we've really gotten deep into visualization. You know, we've talked about how it all works, the science behind it, and like all the amazing benefits like attracting love and abundance, boosting creativity, even maybe helping with physical healing. It's clear that visualization is powerful for personal growth and change, but I'm wondering, is there something more? Like, can visualization be used for something bigger than just our own personal goals?
That's a really deep question, and it makes me think about how visualization could not only change our own lives,
Yeah.
but also create a better, more positive world for everyone.
Okay, now I'm really curious. How can we use visualization to make a difference on like a global scale?
Okay, close your eyes and imagine this. Millions of people all over the world, all focusing on visualizing a world of peace, kindness, and compassion. They see a world without poverty or hunger, where everyone has clean water and education, where everyone accepts each other's differences, and love and understanding are everywhere.
That's a beautiful picture. But can just visualizing this really change things? I mean, it sounds a little too good to be true, right?
Well, remember, our thoughts shape our reality. When we change how we think, we change what we believe, and our beliefs influence what we do. So when we all come together and visualize a more positive world, we're basically shifting the energy of the planet. It's like a ripple effect that can inspire positive change on a massive scale.
Okay, so it's not just about wishing for things, it's about using the power of our collective imagination to create a better reality for all of us.
Exactly. And even though it might seem like a small thing, the more people who join in and visualize positive change, the stronger that energy becomes.
It makes me think about the power of prayer or meditation.
Yeah,
When people get together with a shared intention, it creates this powerful energy that can be felt everywhere.
absolutely. And visualization is similar. It uses focused intention to bring about positive change.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture now. It's not just about picturing our own individual success, it's about picturing a world where everyone can thrive.
Exactly. It's about understanding that we're all connected and that we all have a part to play in making a better future for everyone.
This is so inspiring. It's like visualization gives us a way to actively shape the world we want to live in instead of just sitting back and accepting things the way they are.
Exactly. It's about taking responsibility for what we think and believe and knowing that we have the power to create a more positive and harmonious world, not just for ourselves, but for everyone.
This whole conversation has been so eye-opening. I feel like I understand visualization in a whole new way, and I'm excited to start using these ideas in my own life.
Me too, and I hope our listeners feel the same way.
Yeah.
Visualization is a gift, a tool for growth and transformation that everyone can use.
Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge. What if, instead of just visualizing our own personal success, we also took some time each day to visualize a world where everyone has what they need to thrive? A world where peace, love, and compassion are the norm. A world where we all feel connected and supported. Just imagine the impact that could have.
That's a powerful challenge, and I'm totally on board. Imagine how things could change if we all joined in this movement of positive visualization.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the amazing world of visualization and the law of attraction. We've covered so much today, like how visualization works, the science behind it, and all the incredible ways it can benefit us both personally and as a collective. But most importantly, I hope you're leaving this episode feeling inspired and ready to start using visualization in your own life. Remember, it's a simple but powerful practice that anyone can do, and the possibilities are truly endless.
So just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and start visualizing the life you want and the world you want to create. The power is within you.
And until next time, keep dreaming big, keep believing in yourself, and keep using the power of your mind to create a life that is truly extraordinary.